Hi YouTube, welcome to this unboxing of the Belkits Ford Escort RS1600 Mark I in 1/24th scale. Now Belkits, that to me is a pretty new name on the model kit scene. I don't know very much about them, but based on this kit and the others that I've seen available, so they seem to be specialising in European cars. Some racing, mostly racing from what I've seen, I think. Find us on, or like us on Facebook, they say. That's a sign of the times and a sign of the sort of way they're approaching the model kit market. Very interesting to see a new company, or what appears to be a new company, emerging. So on the box, nice illustration of what I assume is the real car in action. Timo Mäkinen, it says, so I assume he was the chap who drove, he's the driver who drove this originally. 1973 Daily Mirror RAC Rally winner. So it's an historic vehicle. Photo H parts included, night race parts included, right and left hand drive parts included. So this sounds like a pretty completist kit, very nice. What we've got in the box, very basic kit details with the illustration again there. On this side, again some more kit details. Ford officially licensed product and the company address in Belgium. Okay, let's take a look and see what comes inside. Straight away, wow, okay, several poly bags and an intriguing box on the left hand side. I've got to have a look in here and see what's in it. What's in the box? And it's a Mark I Ford Escort body shell. There we are, very clean looking one-piece body shell, poly bagged. It's the two-door version of the Mark I Escort. It has its flared wheel arches moulded in place, so anybody wanting to make a more standard version of the Mark I Escort would probably have a little trouble. But if you want to make a racing version or one of the performance versions, I suppose it's fine. The bonnet or hood moulded closed, so it looks as though this will be a curbside model without an engine. Nice to see that taken so much care of. That suggests that they're really on top of the game when it comes to packaging and presenting the kit. Okay, clear pieces in here, one piece interior glazing, which looks quite well done. Everything's there, the windscreen, rear window, both the side windows moulded in position closed. What's interesting is that they're not just moulded flat, they protrude from the main moulding, so I think that means that they will fit really flush into the window arches in the body shell, which is great. What else have we got here? I can see various lenses for the headlamps and spot lamps. Probably headlamp covers there, I'm guessing. Tail light clusters there, which will need to be painted in the correct amber and red colours for the rear light, brake light and indicators. Looking good. Onto the chrome tree. And we've got, okay, I can see we've got two different sorts of grille. If like me, you're old enough to remember when Ford Mark I Escorts were still roaming the earth, you'll notice that we've got two options here. We've got the round headlamp version and the square headlamp version. Now I can't remember what the difference was, whether one was an upscale, a more expensive version, or whether one came after the other. I can't remember. Maybe it was round for the sports models, but this is a sports model, I assume. So anyway, not sure about that. I'm sure somebody out there in YouTube land knows. Rear bumper and front quarter bumpers. What else have we got? What look like spotlights. Cans, and okay, chrome there for the tail lights to go under the tail light glazing. Separate door handles, very good, like that. Various detail pieces there. Quite nicely done chrome actually as well, just sort of not too chromy, if you know what I mean, just very smoothly applied. Okay, so in this bag we have a one-piece floor pan chassis tub with wheel arch inners moulded in position. We then have this interior tray, and then we have a couple of racing seats, no doubt, to be placed on the interior tray. Moving on, we've got a nice looking set of mini light style racing wheels. What else have we got here? Windscreen wipers, two sets of those. Not sure why there are two sets. Maybe the instructions will tell us, I assume. I think that's a sump guard, details for the scuttle, air vents. brake discs with calipers there, or brake rotors if you're in the US. Rear suspension and axle pieces. Okay, yep, suspension pieces. What next? Here we've got the dashboard. And what else here? Looks like pieces for a multi-part roll cage, which looks like it might be a bit tricky to assemble. One-piece interior door cards, steering wheel, fire extinguisher tools, steering column pieces, some nice details there. Okay, what's next? What else do we get? We get a load of really chunky looking rubber tyres. Don't know how well these are showing up, but they're a nice dark matte looking rubber with quite a nice tread. I'm not sure how well that's coming across. Very chunky looking. I'm not seeing any sidewall detail on them. No, I don't think there's any sidewall detail. Not sure if there might be two different types of tyres in there as well. What else have we got? We've got some vinyl pieces there. Mud flaps, I guess those are. That's quite a nice touch. Actual vinyl mud flaps. Really good. Just what you'd probably get on a rally car in the 1970s. What else is in here? We've got seat harness material in black and in blue. That looks pretty good. I've never seen that included in a model kit before. Not too sure what that is. That appears to be window masks. I assume so that you can build the car and include the glazing and paint it afterwards, I assume, and mark the windows off. I'm guessing what that's for. A small photo etch fret here. What appear to be pieces to fit onto the brake discs to make them look metallic. Grill pieces. Other small pieces, I think those are seatbelt and harness buckles, fasteners there. Various small pieces there. Very nice to have that included. And then a fairly extensive decal sheet. This has got, I don't know if you can see them actually, large white transfers or decals here, which I assume enable you to make up the blue and white colour scheme depicted on the box lid. I'm not sure how successful it would be to put those white decals over a blue background. I can imagine them looking pale grey, but I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. Plenty of sponsorship decals on there. You could have a lot of fun with that. Obviously, you could very closely follow the decal placement guide, assuming there is one. We'll find out in a moment, and get them in the right places. Otherwise, there's plenty to go out there if you fancy doing it your own way, and just making a rally car of your own with your own kind of colour scheme. Also, what appear to be decals for seat harnesses there as well. So maybe there's an option there in terms of how you recreate the seat pods. I'm not too sure. My cat's decided to come and join in. Hello, sweetheart. What else have we got here? Something else here. Oh, okay, that's nice. There's a very small, I don't know what you'd call it, a sheet with very small metallic looking letters to spell out the Ford, F-O-R-D, and the Escort emblem. Probably a piece to represent the rearview mirror glazing, and a very short piece of metal rod. Not too sure what that's for. And then the instruction sheet. Okay, we've got some colour. How unusual. An illustration of the box. Paint guide on the front. And then we're straight into the nitty gritty. So focusing first of all on front axle and suspension assembly. We can see here there is a depiction of the underside of the engine, a basic depiction of the sump and the bottom of the transmission. So it is a curbside kit, there's no engine detail, just a suggestion of it that can be seen from underneath the car. Various other steering gear components, one piece exhaust goes on. Similar story with the rear axle going on, big beefy looking plate on the back there, presumably to make it stronger for its tough off-road work. Okay, yes, then you can see the discs going on there with the photo etch pieces going on top. Wheels and tyres going on, sump guard going on. Left-hand drive option for this kit, right-hand drive option. Okay, so as it's on the box lid, we've got the option of laying the car out for left or right-hand drive. So presumably you don't, well, that means that you don't necessarily make the Timo Mäkinen version. You can make a different version if you want to. Lots of detail going in there. Okay, other option, blue. Okay, other option. Oh, I see. So yeah, as we thought, it looks as if you can use the decals or the actual fabric seatbelt material. And then you've got the photo etched buckles to go on there as well. But quite interesting to see how the the fabric material worked out there actually. On we go. So the completed seats go in. Dashboard, lots of detail to go on the dashboard there. Decals for the instruments and so on. Photo etch part goes in there. That's a metal plate, I suppose. Column goes in. That all goes together. I must say that the instructions look slightly fuzzy at this point. I don't know how well you can see that. They're legible. You can see what's happening, but there's something about the print quality which is a little bit odd. But it's not going to stop you from completing the kit successfully, I don't think. Print quality better on this page. Then we've got lots going on here, making holes for rear lights, holes for mud flaps. Not for this kit, it says, so that's an option for an alternative build, but not for the Team MkI version, I assume. Anybody into historic rallying would know about this, I'm sure. Only for version with round headlights. Okay, so it's helping us sort out the different grills at the front there. Square light version. The round light version there you can see with those clear headlamp protectors going over as well. You can have a lot of fun, I think, with this kit, sorting out exactly how you wanted it to look, whether or not you wanted the Team MkI version or just a rally car of your own design. You can have lots of fun with it. Yeah, mud flaps going on there. Basically the exterior fitting there, everything going on, lamps, mud flaps, you name it. Body goes onto the chassis. Always a scary moment when it comes to making a model car, see everything lining up correctly or not, as is sometimes the case. And then we've got a colour, painting and decal placement guide there as well, which, if, like me, you're not really into motorsport and you don't know exactly how the real car should look, that's going to be quite helpful. That looks like a kind of add-on rear window demister in the back there as well, which is, if it is, it's quite a nice, quaint sort of period accessory. And then more information on Belkits, as you can see, mostly rally cars there. If you're into rallying, this Belkits really could be a good company to check out. A couple of blank pages in the back there. So all in all, a pretty impressive kit there from Belkits. Like I say, I wasn't familiar with them. Based on this kit, I would say if you're into any of the subjects that they make, and I know some people in the UK are into their old classic Fords and fast Fords, I would say it's definitely worth having a look and checking them out. I don't think you'll be disappointed with the quality of the kit. They're not really cheap. This one retails for, I think, a little bit over £40, which is quite a lot for a car kit, really, even in 2017. And especially a curbside one that lacks the engine detail. But I really can't fault the quality or execution of the kit at all. It looks great. And I'm sure will be very impressive built up. There we go, Belkits Ford Escort RS1600 Mark I in 1/24 scale. Thanks very much for watching.